countries I would have married from and why? Morocco.
Imagine getting scammed for over £40,000 in Morocco.
Is there a romance scam in Morocco?
Moroccan women are some of the most beautiful and attractive Arab women across the Arab world and across the globe. And many men out there, right, from the Middle East to every part of the world, travel to Morocco to marry Moroccan women. And with that, there are a lot of scams that happen, right? And today's video is going to be about Moroccan marriage scams. Let's get right into it by starting off by seeing a beautiful Moroccan woman right here speaking Arabic.
In Morocco, we don't say, oh my god, she's fat. In Morocco, we say, Tabarakallah.
Tabarakallah.
Is there a romance scam in Morocco? The answer is yes, but there's a specific type of romance scam that occurs in Morocco, and that is the money trap scam. Now, I have personally witnessed this scam myself, and not only that, I've actually been a potential victim of this scam. However, because I was fully aware of how this scam operates, I was able to avoid this scam completely, and this is why I want to share this video with you guys so you are fully aware of what to look out for. So this scam starts off as a holiday romance. So maybe you met somebody here in Morocco or somewhere on holiday, okay, and you start to talk, get to know that person. Of course, you go on a couple of dates, you're starting to, get emotionally attached to somebody, okay. Obviously, when you're going out and about, you're paying for all the dates, of course. So you're going on these lovely dates, you're taking them to nice places, treating them to nice food, even potentially giving them nice gifts, okay. Where does this scam kick in? Okay, this scam kicks in once you leave the original country, okay. So you may be, for example, in Morocco, you may be in Turkey, you may be in any other part of the world.
Thailand, for example.
This is a universal scam. It operates everywhere. So you are now back in your original country and you're still keeping in touch with the person that you were interested in. Now the scam kicks in because you now then receive messages from that individual with financial emergencies. Now, what are financial emergencies? It may be that there's an emergency in terms of somebody is sick. It might be that somebody is hurt and they require some money. It might be that their rent is not paid on time. It might be that they have a family member that's in dire need.
I've had a similar experience myself and heard from others when I was in Thailand, right? Of women making up stories. There's that, old saying like, oh, my water buffalo's sick in Thailand, right?
I cannot meet you na because I have to work hard na. Oh, I have to take care of my family, my cow and my buffalo. Now my buffalo sick. I have to take my buffalo to hospital first. And I need some money. You send to me ได้ไหมล่ะ if you send me I take my buffalo to hospital then I go see you. Okay นะ Thank you.
Hello baby, I just want to ask, can you help me again because my another buffalo sick. Now pink buffalo. I don't know he can talk or not. Maybe can you tell him you also sick, need to go hospital. Mama. Oh! Yeah, he don't want to talk so much. He feels so sick. Need to go hospital really. I just hope we have someone can help him. Someone so cry, someone so handsome, someone so big muscle. The more handsome guy here. I don't know who. If he help, yeah, amazing.
And they would tell them, oh, like, my family members in the village are sick or this and that happened. My brother's, motorbike broke. Can you please help me? There's just so many things like that I've heard when I was in Southeast Asia. And again, this translates to anywhere, right? In this case, it's in the Arab country of Morocco. And other times it's somewhere else, right? But it's a similar scam, right? They do it everywhere, man. They do it everywhere.
X, Y, and Z, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it involves something financial. And they'll look at you as the answer to that problem. And once again, this scam operates on emotion. Okay, so The whole purpose is to tug on your heartstrings, to try and get you to part way with your money. So this individual might turn around and they might genuinely actually have financial issues. However, they actually don't care about you as an individual.
Yeah.
They just care about how they can take the money from yourself and into their own pocket. As soon as you stop sending that money to that individual, you will see a drastic change in personality,
Yes.
in emotion. They'll cut you off completely because you are no longer valuable to that person. They only see you as a financial asset to them.
And I've noticed, right? I think every guy out there has had a similar experience where you kind of get the inkling of that about to happen. So you just kind of pull the plug on it before it even starts, right?
Moroccan girls are so pretty. I love Moroccan girls. I hope to marry a Moroccan girl. They're so pretty, so nice, and so sweet. And they're just a whole package. Oh, stop! You're so nice! Honestly, I completely agree. Us Moroccan girls, well, it's so pretty, so nice, so caring. Like, yani, it doesn't get better than us.
There's others who are already pretty much like deep in. They love the girl already, right? They're infatuated with the way she looks, the way she talks, whatever it may be, right? And they start to give money. And this happens to a lot of older gentlemen, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you're not at your prime anymore, so you want to make her stay with you, right? So you want to make her happy. She says this happened, that happened, and you want to give her money, right? A little bit here, a little bit there, and that just keeps adding and adding and adding and adding up. And I heard these stories, I'm sure you guys have as well too. A lot of them are AI stories online, right? But some of them are true stories, right? Especially those Thailand stories. And you do hear that, where there's a woman and she has multiple boyfriends, right? And her friend said, this happened to me where this is actually a true story. So there's a woman that I knew, right? She was from Isan. And she said that one of her friends, she has this boyfriend from, I believe he was in Germany. And she was telling me of one of her friends, right? She was really attractive, right? I think she was like 22 years old. And she had this older boyfriend, not too old though, like he was like 26, 27 years old. And, you know, he was sending her money, right, every month. And she told him that they were going to get married. Like, he took it really, really seriously. But what she told me, she had other boyfriends in other parts of Europe, right? I think it was Denmark, England, you know, another guy here, another guy there. And they were sending her money and she was raking in a lot of money that way. So this is like across the board. It happens everywhere, right? Sometimes in more countries than others, but I didn't know it was happening like that in Morocco to this degree, but that, I mean, it's pretty much the same, I guess.
They only see you as somebody who's got money and who can help with their problems. Okay, so guys, if you are in a foreign country and you do come across a money trap scam, and they are very, very common, it doesn't matter which country that you're in, they are extremely common with their problems. Okay, so guys, if you are in a foreign country and you do come across a money trap scam, and they are very, very common, it doesn't matter which country that you're in, they are extremely common. So be careful and be wise. Okay, don't always, you know, lead with your heart. So the take-home message from this video is don't become a financial pawn to these people, okay? Because ultimately, as I said, they don't care about your well-being.
Yes.
They don't care about you as an individual. They just want your money. And it's unfortunate that there are people like this in the world, but it's important to stay one step ahead and be understanding and aware of these type of scams. So
look, guys, there are a ton ton of scams out there. One of them being the pig butchering scam, right? Where there's guys, there's actual men in these like call centers who will portray themselves as women. You'll get a random text message on like your WhatsApp saying, oh, I'm this attractive woman from the Ukraine or whatever it is, right? I've gotten those, all right? I'm sure some of you guys have as well too.
I am a victim of pig butchering or romance scam. Yes, I lost over $100,000 on a scam.
And if you're naive enough, right? I don't want to call you dumb, but if you're naive enough, you'll fall for it, right? And I've heard of other stories where there's a guy who's dating this woman and she's like, oh, this guy's my brother, right? And clearly he thinks that's her brother, but it's not. It's actually her husband. And she waits for him to bring her to whichever country she's going to, Europe, Australia, wherever it may be. And then once she's settled in there, she has her papers, she'll bring her so-called brother over, which is her actual husband. And then she'll leave him. Once she's settled, she might have a job. She might have went to school, whatever, nursing, whatever it may be. I've heard of these stories, man. I have heard these stories. I'm sure you guys have as well, too.
So how do you avoid getting yourself into a romance scam here in Morocco? Well, it's simple. You just don't get yourself into a relationship. So Morocco still has its traditional values when it comes to marriage. Okay, so if you are coming here for a serious relationship, you better go speak to the lady's father. And as a man, you should be prepared to fulfill the financial rights of the woman.
And again, this goes back to Arab culture, right? So there is a lot of traditional Arab culture within Morocco still. It is really highly influenced by the West, especially France, of course, right? They're colonized by France. So yeah, they speak Arabic, they speak French.
What language do you speak? I speak Darija, Moroccan Arabic.
French, right? A small portion of them speak this like indigenous languages as well too. Indigenous languages, sorry, plural. But yeah, so they still have that Arab culture throughout the country. And so it's more traditional. You got to speak to the brother, you got to speak to the father. So that's what he's talking about here. If you go through that route, you're more likely than not to not fall into that scam, right? But then if you go to the bigger cities, you go out with women that aren't as traditional, they're more westernized, you're more likely to fall into these scams like he's talking about here, where they're dealing with many, many different guys. Some of them might even be agencies, who knows, right? And you're more than likely going to be scammed.
Now, what does that entail? Well, that means that the woman has financial rights over her own wealth. And not just that, she's entitled to a dowry at the time of marriage, which is purely of her own choice. And the husband is responsible for his wife financially, regardless of if she makes her own income or not. And also, the wife has no financial responsibility in the relationship whatsoever, which means that if she doesn't want to work, she's not entitled to work. So if you don't agree with these rules, then there's no point in you even entertaining a relationship here, and there's just no point you even getting in a relationship in Morocco, because if you are interested in actually getting married here, you have to follow these rules.
And this applies to anywhere around the world, right? The easier it was to get her number or, hang out with her, then imagine, right? Like, she's probably doing that with a plethora of guys, right? A lot of guys. But if you have to jump through hoops a bit, possibly speak to her brother, he said, or her father. This is more of the religious route, right? The more traditional Arab, route in this case. Then you're less likely to fall into the traps in this case, right? But again, that only goes for those men out there, who want to pursue a relationship with a Moroccan woman in this case.
That's it.
And guys, that's it for this video, right? So I thought I'd end off the video here with this beautiful Arab Moroccan woman here. Leave your comments in the comment box, guys. Tell me what you think about this clip. Tell me if you've heard of similar stories like this, of scams like this, where people have been scammed by women who are playing multiple men, getting a monthly salary, basically. Yeah, and tell me what other videos you want me to make as well, too, right? Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.